So now that you explained, that this is the process through which any writer would have to run through if they want to get their book in market. Next, I want to
Yes,
ask you
yes.
is that what, like, if you could put numbers to this thing, that how much initial investment is required for a newbie writer to bring his book in market and to successfully, advertise it so that people actually read it and purchase and read it.
Right. So, when we speak of numbers, so it's kind of difficult to define, that this is the number that one person would require, or this is the amount that you can get from a book. It completely depends upon the story, upon the way you are marketing it, right? It's not really a necessity product that we bring it out in the market and we know that this is the investment I'm going to put and this is what I'm going to get. It's
Yeah.
more about the art form. It's about how you are presenting your story. It's also about how you are marketing it. So I absolutely agree that the art form is one part of how well your book does. The other part, of course, is how well are you marketing it, how smartly are you marketing it. So you may want to put in crores and crores of money in the marketing, but how effective is that marketing becomes a very important part. So for me personally, there isn't, say, a number that you have to invest and what you can return or what you can get as returns. It's more about the fact that how effectively are you using the amount that you have and how much revenue you make through the journey. So I would want to keep it as, a case by case study for these books.
Yeah. So what you said, that it actually depends on what is your, motive and which audience are you targeting in your marketing process. But I'm
Right.
sure that there must be some fixed costs like the publishing fee, the designer costs and all. So what are the, like, this is the base minimum amount that you need
Mm-hmm.
to have in your pocket if you even want to dream of publishing a book. So what is that fixed
No,
amount?
so I think there is the publishing industry that you need to understand for it, right? That
Yeah.
there are traditional publishers, there are self-publishers. So when we talk of the traditional publishers, they do not charge anything for publishing a book. When you speak of self-publishers, they have different ideas in order to charge for the services they are providing, or sometimes they kind of go ahead with a revenue-based model. So
Yeah.
again, it's kind of not really fair to put in, say, this is the amount that we are going to put, or this is the amount that we are going to invest into it. I think it completely depends from person to person.
Okay, so having said that, I'll reference an article that I read on Quora because I was researching for this podcast, and that read that
Sure, sure,
if
sure.
that read that if you are a newbie in your college and you just had this wonderful idea that okay, I'm going to publish a book, you need to
Correct.
have bare minimum of 25 to 30K in your wallet if you genuinely want the book to reach certain shelves, if you want the book to reach Amazon and all. At least 25K is the
Right.
minimum amount that you need as a beginner's investment. So how far this is true
Hmm.
and how much is of this is in HOX?
So I kind of do not know the context in which these numbers have been given, or by which publisher have they been given. For me personally, I don't think that you can kind of define that, okay, you're writing a book, you just take a stone given thing that, okay, 30,000 is required. Sometimes some books require way too much of marketing as compared to the others. So I would want to stick with the fact that, there isn't a number that you can say without knowing the script, because that's really
Okay.
unfair to one, the script,
Okay.
also to the writer, because every script is different. Also, every writer has a perspective of marketing it. So I wouldn't say that I can put a cost to it and say that, okay, this is the amount that you should be working upon. So
Yeah.
it completely depends. I've kind of and just adding to it, I've kind of seen writers not investing too much into the marketing part, and their books have been doing amazingly well. So people who are just publishing, or foreign authors who are just writing on Kindle or Juggernaut, I think I've seen them do really well in terms of their marketing. So for me, there isn't a cost that defines the book. It's the book or the quality of the book that defines how much would you want to market the book, right? So that's what I would like to stick.